On February 27th, 1943, more than 10 years after the Nazis rose to power, at the heart of hearts of the Holocaust, in the heart of hearts of Nazi Berlin, thousands of German Aryan women took to the streets and demonstrated in a street in Berlin called Rosenstraße against the Nazi regime in broad daylight. They could have been executed, but they were not. Actually, the Nazi regime adhered to their request and demand. Do you know what these women were protesting? The arrest by the Nazi regime of their Jewish husbands. These Aryan German women were protesting the fact that all their husbands who were Jewish, 1,800, were taken away from home for forced labor. February 1943. And the Nazi regime relented. And most of these Jewish men survived the Holocaust because their wives had the courage to stand up and save their husbands' lives. It teaches us that it is apathy which allows for crimes against humanity to be perpetrated. As Albert Einstein once wisely observed, all that it takes for evil to triumph is for good people to stay silent. The Torah is attuned and sensitized to it, that it is only the apathy of people of conscience that allows for atrocities and genocide. And in this Shabbat's Torah reading in Parashat Kedoshim, the Torah tells us, Lo ta'amod al dam re'echa, which literally means, stand not on your fellow's blood. The Hebrew word dam means blood, in Arabic and Farsi as well. And Martin Buber, the great 20th century Jewish philosopher, gives us an ingenious, symbolic, moral, ethical, philosophical pun. Says Martin Buber, in a place where there is dom in Hebrew is silence. In a place where there is dom, there is utter silence, then there is dam, there is blood. Blood is shed. It is only the apathy which allows for it. In the words of the great Elie Wiesel, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Beloved friends, we're all struggling now in the midst of COVID-19, this global pandemic. We are all struggling. If you are human, you are struggling now, emotionally and mentally and physically, and you're grappling with financial uncertainty and distance from people you love and you're vying to see again. We're all struggling. We have to be vigilant. We have to be prudent. We have to be sensitized and attuned. If you see someone, even on Zoom, or you hear their voice through the phone cracking with weightiness, if you feel that someone's sense of brokenness and alienation and sadness is overwhelming and overbearing, be proactive. You might just help that person and uplift them from the darkness of the pit of depression and great emotional and mental hardship. Kol Yisrael arevim ze leze. All of Israel are guarantors for one another, teaches us the Talmud. And in a global age, Kol bnei Adam arevim ze leze. All of humanity, we're all together in this as guarantors for one another. Please be mindful of how people around you are doing. Reach out and remember that all that takes is just one mindful, prudent person to help alleviate the suffering of a person who is in harm's way.